defeats here at Oxford. Your take on the performance today?
Yeah, we didn't do enough, so there's no argument for the result. I always look at my team and they get the honest answer. They get no spin on it, and we didn't do enough. I thought they started better than us, and obviously we knew the approach, and I'm done exactly the same. A team fighting for its life against a team that's trying to get out of the division. They stuck it on us. Obviously long throws and stuff like that, but still, have quality at the top of the pitch, and we never really dealt with that. We had 2 or 3 opportunities before they scored, which we should possibly take, but as we always say, when an opponent, especially an opponent that you're expected to beat, and the crowd's vociferous and they're right behind their team, gets a goal in front, it becomes a difficult afternoon. And Gary's an extremely talented manager, and he's a good operator. And one was always going to be enough. They sat in. The pitch was dry. It was windy, so it wasn't a fast game from our point of view. Even though we tried to slow it down, which I didn't enjoy. We played too slow. We were too ponderous. We didn't play quick enough. Ball speed wasn't quick enough for us. Allowed them to sit into the shape. And then I thought, from a technical point of view, the quality of our players, we made so many poor decisions. Poor decisions in terms of what to do with the ball, and then poor decisions and technically poor decisions in terms of loose passing and crosses going behind the goal, and really not playing well as individuals. So there it is. There was an opportunity there to obviously gain 3 points, but when you don't do enough, and full credit to Oxford United and Gary, they deserved their win, and obviously comes to an end of an incredible away record.
Is that type of performance taken by surprise? There was lots of kind of energy about the away record, how you'd played against Coventry, training this last couple of weeks, and then here we are.
I didn't see it coming. Listen. It's not an attitude problem, because they can't play 30, 39, 40 games or whatever, and Sull can walk about and not try or not give everything. It was just the other part of it. We were just off of it. Like I said, from the start, the 2 centre forwards never held the ball up. Midfield players, made some bad decisions with the ball. The 2 wides never really gave us anything. Quality from fullbacks wasn't very good. When we tried to build and gain some momentum, it was too slow and allowed them to get in. Like I said, it was a slow pitch, and it was a dry day, and we have to recognise that we have to play a little bit quicker and a little bit maybe more direct, and obviously didn't we try and force little balls through even late on. They're 5-4 or 4-5 and they're clogging the middle of the park up. You've got to go wide. It's pretty simple. There's a game plan. We put a game plan to them, but the game plan's to help the players in possession and out of possession. So if something changes, if we want to play down the side of the right back and he comes in and he moves and Gus moves him, then there's a ball down the side and the right back stays in his slot. We've got to make better decisions to say we've got to do something else off the back of that. It's not FIFA, and we didn't do that. We didn't do the basics right in terms of just overall keeping the ball and playing and moving the ball quick enough. And as much as I, talked about, and we talked about how good Friday night was, and for me there was 7s and 8s out of 10. We've collectively come together and produced 5s and maybe a couple of 6s. So we have to deal with that. We have to get on with it. We have to get back on the bus. Get ready and prepare for Tuesday.
Yeah, history this season suggests that when there has been a defeat, on the back of that generally comes with it a fairly substantial unbeaten run thereafter.
Yeah, as I said, there's not an unbelievable margin for error, because I think all 3 teams, will go to the end. So we have to recover. And we have to recover pretty quickly, because can't feel sorry for ourselves as a football club. We've got to get back and get on and produce a performance on Tuesday night and hopefully put this to bed. This is what the Championship is all about, as everybody talks about, and I've managed loads of games in it, and The game's not won on a coupon, it's won on the pitch, and we just didn't do enough to win a game.